So, Final Fantasy fucking 16, man. It's here. We're playing it. It's actually been here, for like 2 or 3 weeks by the time, I upload this video. But man, God, it is good. Gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127, and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video, I want to talk to you all about my early impressions of Final Fantasy 16. Now, I want to say something, that's really surreal in this video, and also my sponsored disclaimer. But big shout out to Square Enix for hooking me up with a review copy of Final Fantasy 16, and I can't even believe those words just came out of my mouth. Like, me, little YouTuber Tanek127, little 14,000 subscriber me, was, Square Enix saw enough to give a shit and give me a review copy of a game this big. Like, if you would have asked me a few years ago if I ever would have thought I'd get a free copy of a Final Fantasy game from a developer, I'd be like, fuck no. And wow, I'm blown away that I was even selected for something like this. So thank you, Square Enix. Thank you. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, all right, man, you done sucking their dicks now, and blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay, the dick sucking's over, man. Let's talk about Final Fantasy 16. So, big spoiler alert here. There's no spoilers in this video whatsoever. These are two random side quests that I'm doing out in middle of random areas. There's no story tied into this whatsoever. I'm in my level 20s while doing this quest. Currently, right now, I'm about level 33 in the game, and I've made some decent progress in the story for what I'm going to be talking to you guys about so far. But Final Fantasy 16, hands down, if you have not bought a PlayStation 5 yet, Final Fantasy 16 is your reason to. It is your wake-up call. It is your, hey, what the hell are you doing with your life? Why have you not bought this console? Final Fantasy 16, hands down, is probably the most next-gen looking and feeling game I have seen yet. Now, are the graphics, the best in the world? Absolute, Unreal 5 mind-blowing status crazy bullshit? No. But it looks great. The fights are phenomenal. The combat is awesome. And I know there are a lot of people out there saying, it doesn't feel like a true Final Fantasy game because it doesn't have the turn-based combat and yada yada. Listen, guys, listen. That's the cool thing about every Final Fantasy. They differ in some way, shape, or form. When Final Fantasy 15 first came out, it had that hybrid of, action and group combat and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to 16, I don't know if people know, but I believe it's the combat director, if I'm not mistaken. I might not be saying his title right, but please forgive me. But the dude who did the combat from Devil May Cry is the guy who did the combat in here. And you can literally feel that man's soul running through this game. Like, how similar the fighting in here feels to Devil May Cry is insane. And that's one reason I love it. I am a massive Devil May Cry fan, and you telling me that I can play a Final Fantasy game with combat similar to that? Oh, shit. When they told me that, I almost nutted. Just straight up. And I'm being honest about that. But seriously, I thought that was so fantastic, so exciting. And it really is similar. Like, you guys will see when I do some of the fights in this video, it's really similar. You have the sword slashing, kind of like how Dante does in the in Devil May Cry, and then Clive in here he can literally spam his magic the way Dante fires his guns in Devil May Cry. And the controls are even similar. Like, literally, you slash your sword with square, you fire your magic with triangle, and the magic is unlimited, so you can literally just spam it. It's a really cool, really good feeling system. Now, a lot of people will think, the action combat and stuff like that takes the challenge out of the game. To me, personally, it doesn't. I don't think, that'll remove the challenge at all. If anything, that's going to keep you more on your toes, more moving around, and you're going to have to look out for special mechanics. See, that's the difference when it comes to games of turn-based difficulty and action difficulty. When you play turn-based games, it's more of a strategic thing. This boss has so-and-so attacks you have to look out for. You know that you have to gear up your characters with things like protect and regen and stuff like that to get yourself prepared for the boss fight. The difference with an action combat game is you don't know exactly what's going to happen. You know, they're going to throw wild mechanics at you in real time. You know, something could randomly happen, some crazy swing that the boss does. You're just going to have to learn to dodge it and learn to get around it. It can be just as punishing as turn-based, and that's one thing I do want to stress about this game. You know, that maybe a lot of people could be bothered with. You can find that same fun in turn-based combat that you can find that same fun that you get in turn-based combat. You can find that here in Final Fantasy 16's action combat. It's just a different style, it's a different take. You know, just something you gotta try. Now, me personally, I'm a fan of both. If Final Fantasy 17 comes out and you know it's a regular Final Fantasy game and they decide to do turn-based, okay, I'm cool with that. Me personally, it doesn't matter. I love action combat and I love my turn-based games. I personally enjoy them all. But this I thought was such a cool thing that they did. It's unreal. And then not to mention they take like so many elements from other successful games and apply it to the Final Fantasy just formula that they have going in here. It even has some Dark Souls like elements to it. Just not anything crazy, but things like New Game Plus and the fact that you have to do multiple playthroughs to boost up some weapons and stuff like that. Like, it's a game that really puts effort into getting time out of you. It's just hey, run through this epic story and you're done. No. We have a mode where you can run New Game Plus afterwards, switches things up, makes the playthrough feel fresh all over again. We have all kinds of different weapons you can earn, different weapons you can upgrade that require multiple playthroughs. Hell, you can't even get the Ultima weapon in this Final Fantasy game until you go on your second playthrough. There's tons of leveling you can do. There's side quests. I've been watching people upload guides on hunts so far. By the time, I'm as many hunts as I've seen so far from guides I've seen from other creators, there's like 20 of them plus, and I think there's probably even more. And then not to mention, I've been uploading Final Fantasy 16 content for probably the past 2 weeks, and I'm sure you guys have seen all the boss fights that I've been uploading and stuff like that. Like, there's just a lot to do in this game for a single player experience. And I'm happy that they took that route, because like it's so much fun. Like, Final Fantasy games, I've had tons of fun with plenty of them in the past, and I love Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 7 and 8 are probably my two favorite games of all time, but this one right here is really close to becoming a runner-up for me. And and it has all those classic Final Fantasy things that you love and enjoy. It has great combat. I've been sucking off the combat this whole video. And the music soundtrack is awesome. I don't even have to explain. If you have watched any of my boss fight videos or any of my videos from the demo, the music of this game is on point. The story is fucking great, intense. If you even played the demo, that. I don't even need to tell you about that. And that's another thing too. If you're a skeptic about this game, right, and you at least have a PlayStation 5, play the demo. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to the other creators that are praising it. Don't listen to the people out there being negative. Play it for yourself. You literally have a free option to touch it, and just to see what the game has to offer. And guys, I'm telling you, man, Final Fantasy 16 is one. Whoo! And like, if I have to smack this game for one thing, and it's not even Square Enix's fault, it's literally the exclusivity. Like, that's literally the only thing about Final Fantasy 16 so far that pisses me off. The fact that Xbox and PC players can't enjoy this too. Like, I feel like Sony and Square Enix picked the wrong game to be exclusive with. And because of how well this game is doing, that's just, so many more people that could have played it, enjoyed it, and spread the word more, that they are now cut short of, because once again, PlayStation said, oh, we got to have it. Even though Xbox has got Final Fantasy 15, all the other Final Fantasy games now, they've gotten Kingdom Hearts 3, 2, and 1. Like, why was this kept off of Xbox platforms? And then not to mention, something that really cool, and it may be just me because I'm a bit of a graphics nut, seeing the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 go head-to-head with a game like this, performance-wise, would have been fucking awesome. Why, they decided to take an exclusive deal instead of, just getting that kind of word out for this game, I'll never understand. Because there's so much more potential for Final Fantasy 16 with it being multi-platform than it is, being an exclusive to PlayStation 5. Or at least, that's my personal opinion. But other than that, guys, I don't have any complaints about Final Fantasy 16 at all. Me personally, I am betting on this game being Game of the Year, or at least one of the runner-ups with a lot of successful and cool games that have come out this year. But that's just me. Let me know if you've played Final Fantasy 16 down in the comments below. But anyway, y'all enjoyed today's video? Smash that like button. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.